We're going home for the holidays. We're doing some ice skating, and we're going to have a very nice Christmas.
And we're going to do all of that with 3 new hot off the press stamp sets.
Right, and these are the silicone stamps, and wait till you see what the design team has done. Come play with us. Well, da-da-dum, there they are. I guess I should say ho, ho, ho. Here they are.
So great, just in time for your Christmas card making.
That's exactly
and 3
right.
beautiful new stamp sets.
And a nice variety of imagery, I might point out. And altogether, there are over 50 stamps. Not bad.
Not bad at all for 3 stamp sets. So we're going to start with ice skaters.
Let's just do each one. So
Right.
ice skaters has, guess what, ice skaters. So we have the 3 girls. And it is the same girl in different poses and in different, clothing.
Right.
We've got some ice skates. We also have her sledding down, just holding on for dear life to that teddy bear.
I think maybe that's her little sister.
There you go.
But I love that there are different sized elements. You've got some large focals, you've got snowflakes, you've got scroll work, and lots of little sentiments. So a nice mix.
Snow buddies, winter fun.
And there are 16 altogether, so a nice sized stamp set.
And there is an idea on the back, and son of a gun, actually there's 2 ideas. We have them right here.
Okay, so let's take a look.
Yeah, so here we go. And I like this idea of that halo around her. I think that just does a nice job.
Right, that's a great look, and that's done with Spectrum Noir pens, actually, just sort of moving them around. I like using the darker pens as a shadow around the edge of the clothes there.
And that little dog was done separately, cut out in foam tape just to be looking up at her.
So a little extra dimension there. I really like that the large piece, you could just put this on the center of a card going the other direction, but it was chosen to go off the edge and off center a little bit. That creates a lot of interest.
It really does. And in the gallery, we'll tell you which design tool, because I'm not sure off the top of my head.
I think that's the new, okay, in the gallery.
As opposed to muttering here on camera, huh? Now, this is nice to take one of those small elements and do either a little gift card or it could be just beautiful on a gift tag.
Absolutely. And so I love the on point look too. So just the small element, coloring that in the same way with Spectrum Noir pens.
Right.
And using the Fresh Frost paper pack too.
Right.
It's a great choice for this.
I think that was used on both of them.
Right.
Right. So that's a 6x6 paper pack and a nice. Now we're going to do something a little different, and we're going to bring in the acetate. And this is our heat-resistant acetate.
Heat-resistant acetate that you can use to stamp and heat emboss. In this case, it's been stamped on with a surfaces, a jet, surfaces, stays-on, a jet black stays-on ink, and
colored in, and colored in on the back side.
On the back side with Spectrum Noir pens.
There you go. So, you going to show that?
Well, I am. I thought you were going to show something else. So
I was. But go ahead.
There, so here is the acetate, and okay, well, separately, here's the acetate. You can see it a little bit better. It's been stamped with that stays on. So on the front, you've got that stamped look, and on the back, if you turn it over, that's where I'm going to use the Spectrum Noir pens. And this one is using the reds and the greens, and I think one of the brown sets. Super simple. The reason that we color on the back is so that we don't interfere with that ink on the front. It's just easier that way because it's an alcohol ink, and if you mess around with the stays on the front, you might move around the ink a little bit. So this is easy to color in, just follow the lines, and I just think that's just a fun little look. When you're done coloring that all in, you're going to turn it back over, and that's the part that's going to be the front. But there is a little additional element on there.
There is.
There is Irresistible. This is a resist spray. It's a texture spray. We have it in spray. We have it in little detail bottles as well.
Are you going to spray it?
I am not going to.
Oh,
I'm just going
you're
to.
not.
Oh, unless you want me to.
Sure. I was going to bring in black to put behind it so you could really see it spraying.
All right. So it does spray pretty well. It might, I think I'll put this up on above it as well.
Can you tell these aren't scripted?
So you shake that bottle up really well. I'm going to take the cap off. Now, what I like to do is do a couple of off of the acetate, because you might get like a really intense spray. I don't want a lot, I just want a little bit. So I'll go off the edge and just sort of
And you're doing this on the front.
Right, on the front of the acetate. And I'm going to try to stay around the edges because I don't want to obliterate that image. So now you're seeing some of that, you're seeing a kind of an interesting design all over that I don't want. But if I take that back, put it over here, now you can still see the image. And then if you put it on the gray, there we go.
There we go.
So you can see just a little extra snow. Just make sure you spray off a little bit, not too much on it, so you've got that snowy look.
And this one has it too. It's a little more evident in person than perhaps on camera, but you can see that Gail did the same thing, spraying a little off.
Right.
And there's some freckles of snowfall just coming down.
And that great label look, that cutout look in the window was done with our new Christmas design toolkit.
There you go. And all of those elements, snowflakes, tags, ornaments.
And you're seeing that. The tag was traced and cut out, the snowflakes here, and that was done on the Winter's Garden paper pack.
The new paper set.
The new paper pack. So some beautiful colors there that match those Spectrum Noir pens.
And something else that's new is the, from Meyer Road, obviously, is the vintage tape. Now this is a crochet tape. It's self-adhesive, and I just love the look, and I do think it's brilliant of them to have made it self-adhesive.
Right. Oh, that was a great idea. And you can't see the adhesive too, which is great.
Right.
You can see right through it. Not all companies do that. This one you can see through the adhesive. I love that. It's such a nice bright red. It goes perfectly with those papers. And an extra little element that Lene added is that she put a little bit of crystal lacquer right on the center of those, just for a little bit of extra shine, extra dimension. Crystal lacquer comes in a bottle like this, and it's like an acrylic, crystal. It's crystal lacquer is what it is, and it's got a nice fine tip. You can use that for details.
Just don't ever shake it up.
Right, because then you'll get bubbles. You don't want bubbles.
And one thing I want to tell you, they have named this Cinnamon Bear.
Oh.
Now, Cinnamon Bear had a red jacket.
Oh, yeah.
But it threw me when I first saw it. I thought maybe they had misnamed it, so I'm just telling you, red is Cinnamon Bear.
Now, see, not everybody knows who Cinnamon Bear is. I think the Pacific Northwest in particular was where he started out. Right. And that's a real kind of, it's something that is, I remember from my childhood listening to him on the radio.
On the radio every week, you'd get a new installment.
Patio Cinnamon was his name.
That's right. little nostalgia for you. You may not have wanted to know that, but nonetheless, and that also has to do with the Patchwork Dragon and a lot of drama. Right. Very fun. Okay, should we move on, do you think?
No.
Okay. Now here is another one. Similar elements, same stamp, but you'll notice that we have the sledding sister, and but you can see the it's called Wedding Dress of the Irresistible.
That is, that's
on
the Irresistible spray again, but you're seeing, there's a lot going on here. It's just a really interesting. I'm going to let you open it up and show the splendor of this card first.
And this is an easel card, so it's going to be
an easel card
sitting up
with
like
a window.
So. Right.
And that's just a great look. I love this. On the back of that, we really should turn over and show that the back, it has been cut out, and so that you can see right through there, and the acetate is placed on the back. And there are lots of things done to that acetate, as you can see, before it was placed on there. I'll show you a little bit.
You going to talk about it?
Yeah,
okay,
let's talk about it now. So here I have the acetate, that heat-resistant acetate. First it was stamped and embossed with superfine white embossing powder.
Right.
Then Debbie turned it over, and she took a Versamark pen, which looks like this. A Versamark pen, because you can get fine detail with it, she was able to just go around like this, right in the area where she wanted the wow purple glitter embossing powder. So just use the Versamark pen for details. It's great for that. Add that on there onto the back, and then heat emboss it. When you turn it over, you can see that nice flat shine on the front.
So that's two heat embossing that's happened.
That's two, yeah, on the front and then on the back.
Okay.
I'm not showing it, but she also did stamp some swirls and then added details with the Versamark pen and the purple glitz.
There you go.
Right there. Right. Another thing that she did, she really wanted the little bear and the little girl to show up. And so what I have here is, oh, that was just holding my place, or ignore the sticky note. She stamped it. Now, I'm thinking that you could also stamp this with Versamark, but I stamped it in black so that you could see it. She stamped it, and then she cut out just the bear and the face of the little girl. So you cut out that piece, and she backed that so that you could really see it well. She didn't want that to sort of get lost. And when you line those edges up, you can't hardly see the black. See, it works out really well. Just zot that onto the back. The last thing that she did that was really kind of, I'm going to pull that away for a moment, that I think also is just a really nice finishing touch, is she took that crystal lacquer, ran along the edge of the fur, and then in some other places the fur on the bonnet, her hat, and then she sprinkled it with cool diamond silk glitter. And when you see that,
this is the micro glitter.
It's the micro glitter. It's just super sparkly. And so if we show you the card, you'll see how that was added.
Let me bring that back
So using the crystal lacquer as a glue, basically.
Right. So I'm hoping that you can see this is sparkly. Kind of tricky. In person, it's very evident, but I'm getting the camera reflection.
Right. So lots of
so
little
right
details.
Here and right there
it's
is
just
that
fun to play with.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, of course, the irresistible spray
of course.
is just sprayed all over.
And we have snow buddies. We have that little puppy again watching. On the inside, she's done some snowflakes and popped them up. It looks like she's put some crystal lacquer on top of those also.
With that
and
purple
then
glitz embossing powder, yeah.
And
so a great use of that stamp set. Lots of the smaller elements to add on to that.
Very fun.
Really fun card.
It is. Lots going on. And this is using that vintage lace tape. Comes in different colors. It also comes in a brown. Right. I think there's about 6 or 7 different colors. Right.
Nice bright colors, darker colors that match. This is one of our new paper packs, our Wildflowers paper packs.
Yes, and so that's fun to see wildflowers going for a sledding.
Right, you can use it for Christmas.
Now, we're going to show a couple of things that Teresa did in her week of webisodes, only because it's using the stamp sets, and we just want to kind of bring the whole collection together.
Right. So you can refer back to that week of webisodes, Teresa's Christmas
week of webisodes, and it was the beginning of September. So go on the webisode, go down to the archive, click on it, and then you can just scroll down and look.
But this is just a gorgeous look that she did. She stamped this with Surfaces ink on watercolor paper, but she stamped the background with one of our embossing folders.
That's right.
So that's
exactly right. You can see the demo on that webisode. So just a beautiful look, and I just think it's fun. And you know, if you're a stamper, you know this, but you can just get so many different looks
with the same stamp.
Yeah, right. And evidently, we did not get the other two little skaters, and I apologize for that.
We got this one.
Yeah.
So you saw this one, and this one.
Okay, so you got 3 out of 4. Okay.
So you've got lots to choose from.
That's good. Okay, we're going to go now home for the holidays.
Okay.
And this is so much fun. If you want to create your own world, this is the stamp set for you.
This is the way to do it. It is just filled with beautiful, fine detail. This is perfect for coloring. You want to color these in with aqua pens, Spectrum Noir, watercolor pencils, blendable pencils, lots and lots of options, or just stamp them and let them sit as they are.
Right, and you can see all of the houses, not only the houses, but trees, lampposts, Santa and the reindeer, words.
You gotta get to the snowman.
Right, the snowman. There's a car going out to get the tree. There's a topiary tree all festooned for the season.
A nice little fence with that garland on there. Just beautiful stuff.
Yes, and of course there are ideas on the packaging, and we're here to share those. Now,
23
23
stamps in that
silicone
set.
stamps.
That's
yes.
a nice big stamp
Yes.
set.
Now, here is kind of, and again, this is one from Teresa, but I think this is a very quick and easy way to get a village look.
Right.
And that's by stamping on pattern papers.
Stamp them on pattern papers. These are stamped and embossed, so that the black really is shiny and beautiful. Cut them out, layer them on your card, and then color in a little bit with Wink of Stella pens.
Right, and the Wink of Stella, as you may know, comes like this. It comes in sets of 3, or we get some that are individually done.
I love that the gold and the silver, the clear, they all come individually, because this is perfect. So some of those windows are colored in maybe with gold, so there's like a little highlight of light back there, and some are with the clear.
And just a little touch of well, this is the pattern paper.
The pattern paper,
but
you can see those little
yeah,
berries back there.
Very
this is
nice.
from the Winter's Garden paper pack.
And we've got some snow drifts as well, so you don't have to draw those in. No, we have stamps.
Those are stamped in the background, and then just place your little cutouts.
And notice how there's some things going off the edge with the trees in the background, making a really pretty kind of neighborhood. Santa, of course, at the top. And then here is another version of the
another
village.
card front, actually.
Or another card front, yes. So that's really the quick and easy way. Now, here is a way where it's going to be a little more coloring this time.
Right, and a lot more fun. I mean, it's fun to color these in, like I said, all of the individual pieces that can be colored in, and this is with Spectrum Noir pens, and really just a beautiful job. And
we'll get in close so you can see. This is using liquid pearls, and this is the opal white. Right.
Just love
for the
that
snow.
Look. It's shiny, and it's just sort of just let it sort of pull your the liquid pearl comes with a really fine tip on the end.
It's a needle nose tip.
So you can place it right where you want and just sort of pull it down to make it get kind of an icicle look.
So that's going to be fun all through your village. And then we have used the stickles. So there's the blue stickles.
You got that up around the top.
Right.
And I want to show you how this was done, because that was kind of an interesting process that I had to read to see how she did it, and
it's really effective.
Really effective, really cute. So we've got white cardstock here with that image already stamped. So these are 2 of the stamps. One is Santa and his reindeer, and one has all of those little snowflakes trailing off. So stamp those in black. And then you get a little piece of
Isn't that gorgeous? That's just gorgeous. Okay, sorry.
Then you get a little piece of scrap cardstock, and Debbie used those circles and scallops die cuts that we talked about, or you can use an easy circles template. Maybe you just have the bottom of a jar, just trace something. You want to get yourself a nice little circle there, pull that piece out, we don't need it, and you place this. You want to focus it right on some of the reindeer. I think she placed it right about there. And then we've got fluid chalk ink. This one is Harvest, so you're going to get like a harvest moon, and I've got a cosmetic sponge here, so just pick up some of that ink. You could tape this place. It's going to be so quick that I'm just going to hold it in place and go through it and just sort of ink your image in. So that's going to give you a nice little harvest moon right there. I don't know if they have harvest moon in winter. So okay, anyway, the moon is going to be yellow.
Sure, because that's when you have harvest.
In the winter, right? Oh, okay. So,
or not.
I don't know about when Santa comes. So then when you pull it away, there's your moon. Isn't that just beautiful? Isn't that? I just thought that was the coolest technique.
I do too.
I would get the circles and scallops die cuts just for that, I think.
And I'll actually show you that in a minute.
Okay. And then a little of, this is the French blue ink, and you can just sort of add it around where Santa is. If you want that blue, this isn't very inky, but you want that blue, there we go, around Santa, around the snowflakes.
Okay.
And that's what she did, and then afterwards she cut out very closely to the edges of Santa, and placed that whole piece right on the card.
And there you go. That is so effective.
That is just a great little technique.
Write that down, somebody.
And then add your stickles on top of those snowflakes, because you want them to be nice and sparkly.
And on the inside, we're using the bordered paper perfectly to create that little frame. And then we've got another with the liquid pearls.
Right. I love just the little white and black in the center. So a nice little contrast.
Nice. Very, very nice. So lots of things. And let me show you, here is a shaped one.
So created in the same way, but just use a design toolkit to make a nice little shaped card.
Oh, fun. Look at the Noel there. And
the
car.
Tree.
Yes, very, very sweet. Now, Susan did a different take with a different product. Now, she elected to use the craft cardstock.
Right.
And she did her stamping on that cardstock also. But look at the snowdrifts that she's created, and look at the dimension that she has.
The snowdrifts are created with something called Creative Cream. It comes in a pretty good size.
Spelled with a K, by the way.
With a K on this one, right. So I think that's German.
Must be.
It comes from Viva Decor, and it comes in a pretty good size container. Right. It's a water-based, it's pretty heavy.
It's been used.
Right, it's been used a lot. And it's sort of like frosting. It's got the consistency of frosting, and you can just take a little toothpick, which is what Susan did, and apply that. But she also colored in her house with perfect pearls, and I was going to just
perfect pearls.
With perfect pearls. So you've got that pretty blue there. This has been stamped on craft cardstock with just stays on ink or whatever, black ink, and then perfect pearls. This set is I think it's the
Confections.
Which
I do have to tell you, the company had some difficulty. This is from Ranger. They had some difficulty getting some of the components for this set.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not sure if by the time this airs, if that will have been resolved.
All right.
But
if it doesn't, any of the perfect pearls, there are a lot of blues. Another one would be Celebration. That has blues in it, and I think maybe even Interference. And I'm running out. I'm going to open up my little jar here because I need just a little bit of water.
Okay.
So I have my little spray bottle, but I didn't have enough in there to spray. And you don't really need to spritz it anyway. I just need a little water on here. And then you get just a little bit of perfect pearls. And I kind of like to put it right in the lid with just I need more water. And make a little paint of it. It's really simple to turn perfect pearls into paint because it's a powdered pigment basically. And get it to the right consistency. You don't want it too thin. And then you just start painting. I'm going to test up there. And start painting your details and make sure that you can see it. And very simple to do. The paintbrush comes with the perfect pearls, by the way. So that's ready for you to go. But once it dries, it's just really shimmery. So there's that. And then Susan took the Creative Cream and a toothpick, and she just picked out little bits of it at a time. Just get a little bit of it on there and start adding it to wherever you want snow. Just dab it on. Very simple to do. And fun.
That's all it takes. And it's nice because it's dimensional, and you can see that better on the card.
Yeah, it dries like that.
And it's hard. Yeah, so it's really, really nice. The other thing she did here that I think is fun is that as she created her snowdrifts, she did some coloring of the blue to become a shadow on the drifts.
Right.
And
so just a little bit. That's a pretty watered down perfect pearl, so you can get that and then add a little bit more.
We have the fence along the front, of course, Santa in the sky.
So the fence was done on craft cardstock and then cut out and placed on top of the white.
Right, there you go.
Very
and the
cute.
snowman. And she did put it on the holographic snowflake silver. This also comes in blue, but she did it on the silver just to create more of the sparkly that's going on. Fun combination of the craft along with the holographic and all of the snow. So a lot of fun things going on there.
That's a really cute look. And that's just one house out of all of those houses on there. It's very sweet.
And we're going to go into, speaking of sweet, we're going into Janie Dawson's Mice Christmas, and this has 12 images. This is an 8x8, so it's a larger piece.
That's so that we can fit more of those great pieces on there, or 12.
And actually, so that we can also make them larger. So you see her with the bow in her hair, on an ornament,
the little angels hanging down. I love here's the little cowboy mouse riding a candy cane.
Very fun.
Very sweet.
Presents, as well as
the little heart.
Making a heart, and
that largest
little tree.
That's great. The largest element down here, building the snow mouse.
The snow mouse. Notice that with the ears? Yes, they're all together. And we've got some images or using those stamps.
So we're starting with a smaller image.
We are.
And again, those circles and scallops cutting dies.
There it is. So as we say, it's become a staple around here, just so easy to do.
Right, and I love adding the twine. We have a pack of 12 different colored twines, and that's
The jute
just
twine.
perfect for that. Right.
And you can see the dazzles in there.
And so you can color these
sweet.
in with, I mean, these are, all of these sets were just perfect for coloring
they
in
are.
with lots of different smaller pens, pencils, what have you.
And again, if you'll notice that there is a shadow around, actually it's the shadow from being lifted up, isn't it?
And inked here.
Yeah, there you
inked
go.
here, so you've got the shadow because I love
Of
that
foam
shadow
tape.
technique when you foam tape something.
Now this is another card that Teresa debuted for us, but we want to just bring it back. And this is a new shaped die cut card for us. It's a heart window flap. You may not necessarily think of heart window for Christmas, but that would be wrong because as you can see, this is how it's going to be used. Now that heart comes with it, so it has just come out of here, but it's a nice 5 by 6.5 inch card.
And that's just a great use. She also used one of the new Artful card kits. This is the Santa Baby.
Oh, it is Santa Baby.
Artful
You're
card
right.
kit. So those are the papers that you're seeing, and the die cuts too.
So we'll get in close so you can see that just how fun having that little mouse angel coming. Right. So there he is.
Check out the gallery and be sure and check
And there's
out
this cowboy.
Teresa's week of webisodes on this one, where you'll see the details of how to accomplish that card.
Exactly. Now here we go. This I believe was on the insert with the package, but there's their building their snow mouse. There he is.
Such a cute look. I love
charming.
this. What I love about this is that it's been stamped on pattern paper.
Yeah.
So you're seeing those patterns come through. It's not just a stark white image. So you've got sort of that base to start with, and then you just start coloring in, probably with watercolor pencils on this one, or maybe aqua pens.
I'm not sure, but the gallery will tell you. And we did add the tiny poinsettia dazzles. This is a 3-pack. So in the gold and the red, and then we've got the green leaves.
Okay, that is the Pretty Little Posies paper pack, right? I'm pretty
Is
sure
it?
that I'm right about
Okay.
that. And the cover, the front flap, is done with that new Christmas design toolkit.
Right. Isn't that striking? So
This is
very
so
nice.
great. I just noticed it. I don't even think I've noticed that before. The little gift is a piece of cheese.
Oh, it is a piece of cheese.
That's
Oh
so
my
cute.
goodness. I didn't notice that. Well, see, you just pay
What
attention.
did we think it was just sort of damaged in freight? Or something?
Yeah,
That's really,
it had a
that's
hard
the
time
cheese.
going through the system.
Oh, that's cheese. That is really cute. Okay.
And the stamps also say, quickly moving along, to have a mice Christmas. And then this one you can see, it says Merry Christmas.
Merry
So
Christmas.
there you go. Very, very cute. And Teresa did a page for us. So wanting to share everything about this stamp set, or at least everything so far.
And how versatile it is. You can create a little image, and it doesn't have to go on a card. You can add it along with some of the kids building snowmen on a beautiful spread.
So there is the building of the snow mouse again, and also just looking down, looking at the trees. And I think this is really cute because this page happens to be about building a snowman, but there's also trees down here, so it kind of looks like she's looking down.
So this also comes from another Artful card kit.
This is
one
Wonderland.
is Wonderland,
Yep.
right? So it's just beautiful.
There you go. So we have 3 stamps and 5 million ideas. So we have the Christmas mice, and somewhere there we
We
go.
have the Christmas mice. We have Home for the Holidays,
And we have ice skaters. So we're all set for you.
Okay, and you're set for Christmas now.
Ready, set, go.
Get busy.